Welcome back, everybody. JumpX Podcast episode number 59. We're one away from 60. That's another big milestone. Slowly inching our way towards 100. But today we're going to be talking about, like, how do I word it? Just why what you see is not always what you get.
Social media is fake.
Yeah, Instagram's a bit like,
False perception of reality.
yeah.
It's a,
And
it's a simulation, bro.
yeah, not just dunking though, like literally everything on Instagram. It's not that it's like fake, it's just that you're only seeing like a small percentage of their day or whatever. You're not seeing the whole thing. Like you're only seeing the highlights. So it makes you think that, oh, the person's always like this, or yeah, man, Austin's always doing tomahawk windmills on every dunk session that he has. Like, of course he is, you know?
Oh yeah, yeah. You're hitting between the legs consistently every session.
Yeah. Oh no, I hit under both every session, bro. Sorry.
Yeah,
It's like, okay.
yeah. No, yeah, because it's like sometimes I like don't post clips because I don't think they're good enough
Good, yeah.
on social media. But like that's where kind of like it fucks with your head, you know, because like we're talking about this, I think on Dylan when we had Dylan on the podcast, like you walk into a basketball stadium, like most people aren't even dunking,
Mm,
you know? And then most people aren't even dunking, and then most people barely anyone is windmilling. Like you would never see someone just like go on windmill. Like it's
yeah.
extremely rare.
Put it
Like
like this, if you go to an Australian basketball stadium, Wobble, NBL one, whatever, if there's like a under 6 foot guy dunking with like two hands, like that's considered bouncy. Like that guy's got bounce.
yeah, that's very bouncy. Yeah,
On Instagram, that's like dog shit. That's like basic. That's a warm up on Instagram.
yeah,
So
yeah. It's almost like every like on Instagram, every 12-year-old is doing windmill dunks, but
yeah, yeah.
it's not.
Dylan Hagen's the average 16-year-old, right?
Yeah, bro. Yeah, yeah. No, but like, yeah, no one is doing that in real life. You never see that in real life. Like, when was the last time you just all walked into a stadium and like randomly saw someone windmill? And even if it was recently for you, like,
I think I
if it
saw
was
someone
back.
win on Wednesday, bro. I can't
And
remember.
it doesn't count if you know the person, you
Oh
organize
shit.
meeting up with them, or you know they're going to be there at a certain time. You see them, you know what I mean? Just like kind of randomly coincidence, you see
Mm.
something, you just don't see it, you know?
But I can't even remember the last time I've seen someone do something more than like a two-hand dunk, like some random guy.
Yeah, I don't
But
know the last time I've seen someone do more, do more than just like a one-hander off one foot.
yeah, but I can't even.
In person that we didn't know, and it was just random.
I remember one time that has happened, but this was like years ago. One time we met a guy called Nick Lahiri. I think he's like, I don't even know how old he is now. But he was like 15 or 16 then, like 6'2", 6'3". And he was doing like windmills off 1 foot, off 2 foot. He was jumping over people. Um, so like that at the time, that was like, what the fuck? Because we didn't know who he was. He might have known us. I'm not sure, but that's like the probably the most random one I've ever seen.
Yeah, like for you, bro, the last time I walked into a stadium and saw someone doing insane shit was when I met you, like
Which
four
one?
years ago.
Yeah, that's ages ago, bro. It's just like it's random. And it always happens when we go to a new stadium as well. Like if we went to some random stadium North River, like Joondalup or something, and it was like school holidays, and we just started dunking, people would be like, "What is happening?" Because like you just don't see that, just at a random rec center. But like if you do it at Arc or Buckets, people are like, "Oh yeah, whatever." These guys do this every week. It's like a surprise.
Like it's crazy though. Like even for like my height, I'm like 6'4", right? So even for my height, like most guys my height, like can like I would say just do like very basic dunks.
If they're a basketball player, yeah, not if they're just like some random gym goer. they're probably not dunking.
Yeah, like
But
ring grades or do basic dunks. Like that's the majority, you know, which is kind of crazy as well. Even like seeing, even like for like guys that are like 6'8", like, you know, like, I don't know, I don't even see
I mean, just seeing a 6'8" guy
many
is rare
guys.
enough to begin with.
Hey,
Seeing a 6'8" guy is rare enough. Like
I
just
know, but like seeing one windmill is not even that common,
yeah, yeah.
So, yeah,
There's that one like hell lanky guy at Arc. Um, I don't know his name. I've seen him on Instagram before. He's like 6'8" and he always does windmills and stuff. But other than him, not really, not really, man.
yeah, it's just not that
But
common. And then,
there's been times like you do a, I don't know, a backboard mini tomahawk in your warm up or whatever, like nothing out of the ordinary, and people will be like on the sidelines going, like, what the, like, what's happening? And
yeah,
it's just like that's warm up for you.
yeah, yeah. It's like what was I gonna say as well? It's um, like on social media as well. Everyone always just posts their best stuff, which is like, it's just how it's always gonna be. It's not gonna change because you know everyone wants to look good and post stuff that's gonna do well on social media and stuff. So it's never gonna change, but it does have an effect on people's perception of reality, like we're talking about, and their mental health, and in terms of just comparison and stuff like that. It doesn't matter who we are, we all get caught up in that. Like I compare myself to other guys, like Tom compares himself to other guys, and then it's very easy to get in the frame of mind, like, oh, I'm not doing good enough, I'm not good enough, everyone else is doing all this stuff. Why can't I do that stuff? Why am I not there? And then you spiral down this rabbit hole of unhappiness. And, there's a classic saying that comparison is the theft of joy. But, it's very easy in social media. What you're comparing yourself to is it's just unrealistic because you're seeing the best representation of people,
Yeah.
not, I don't know if realistic's the
You
right word,
see
but
their average day.
normal.
You always see their best day. You don't see just like an average dunk session or like a random miss. You don't see that. You just see like their best three dunks of the day out of like 100.
But even misses, like people only post their best misses. They won't post the times where, they looked stupid as fuck trying to do a new dunk. Like when I was first trying to windmill, I looked stupid as fuck, but I didn't post that or show anyone, you know?
Yeah.
Or when I was first trying to learn to East Bay or, you know,
Whatever.
other dunks I'm learning at the moment where I look like retarded, for lack of a better word. Like no one shares that stuff. It's just easy to kind of like
Yeah.
to get in your own head and all that sort of stuff about
Well,
it.
that's why I think YouTube can sometimes be a good format if people were like are honest and good with it because you can just show like every attempt. Like on my old YouTube vlogs, I'd pretty much leave in like the dumb shit as well.
Yeah.
Oh, this is actually what a session looks like. Makes like makes one East Bay, but then like half of them are going over like the backboard, going like on my roof and shit. Like, you know,
Yeah, but even then, like some people like they won't post like every session. They'll just post like the one session once a month. That's a good session,
yeah, yeah, that's also true.
you know?
Making YouTube videos,
So hey,
making actual like dunk session YouTube videos is an actual grind because you got to like cut the clips up one by one. So it's
but
hard.
no one will post the sessions where they're not bouncy and like barely hitting their normal dunks or like
Mhm.
not hitting their normal dunks because they're that fatigued, you know?
Yeah.
Which happens to everyone. Everyone has bad days like that, but not many people post about it,
Hmm.
you know?
No,
So
definitely.
it happens. Like you had a day like that on Wednesday, Tom, where you didn't even like East Bay or you were like struggling to windmill because your like legs were that fucking dead.
Yeah. No, I was just laughing at it, bro. I was just like laughing with Eddie, just like, bro, please teach me how to do a two-hander. 'cause I can't do it.
Yeah, and
Like
yeah.
I've been doing it, and you've been doing it for so long that we know this is gonna happen.
But
So
yeah, I know. Even though we know this shit's still gonna happen, like you know, like we're still human beings. We have a bad session, we're still fucking a bit down about it.
yeah,
We don't to a certain extent. We're not gonna be as happy and
yeah.
stuff. We're still human beings. We still feel all the same emotions. Even though we're coaches and we know better and we know what's gonna happen and shit. Even though we know that, we still feel all those same emotions as everyone else. You know,
But
like
regardless if we have a good or bad session, the only thing that stays the same is we will train after it, regardless. Correct?
yeah,
Unless you're
yeah,
like
yeah,
injured or like there's a reason you can't train, you should train 99% of the time.
yeah.
Hmm.
Um, yeah. Like even for me, like I've had a few bad sessions because I was like super fatigued. I wasn't feeling that bouncy, But even though they were bad sessions, I was still like hitting dunks, But I was probably just jumping like 3 or 4 inches lower. So,
Yeah. Baby rim though, so
huh?
it's a baby rim.
When?
Wednesday, it's 9, 10 and a half.
That's like I wouldn't even call that baby. If it was 9, 10, that's baby. But
Okay.
9, 10 and a half is like that's like the borderline acceptable.
Teenage rim.
Huh?
A teenager. It's like in between.
Yeah.
He's growing. 10 foot's
But it's
adult.
good. Like when you're jumping bad, that's why it's good to have like sessions at a lower rim, so then you can still like practice and work on shit. And then you don't leave the session all depressed because you couldn't hit dunks. You leave the session kind of feeling good still because you could hit fucking dunks. So you overall have more fun and enjoy it more.
Yeah. No, definitely, bro.
That's why we tell all the guys like it's like a priority for them to have access to a rim that's lower because they're gonna have sessions where they're not jumping good and they're always trying to dunk on 10 foot and they're just gonna fucking be depressed and be demotivated because you know.
Well, like Andy as well. Andy, if he does 10 foot dunk sessions in a week, he just gets too like fatigued and depressed, and it's not good for his overall progress. So Saturdays he does 10 foot. Wednesdays like 9.2. I don't even know what it was. It's like 9.2 or 9.3.
Yeah, there's something like that. But he hit a bunch of new dunks and
Yeah,
he left the session feeling really happy rather than just jumping on the full high rim and then, oh, here's another session of me missing dunks. No, it's a session where you could practice making dunks and work on new stuff and, you know, try some stuff that's a bit more creative for him. And, he had way more fun and left the session feeling good.
he actually stayed for ages as well. Like he just stayed in the
Yeah.
pool so long.
Yeah, no, so there you go. There you go.
It's good.
But like yeah, yeah, it's crazy, man. Crazy. Like even like for like people don't realize like if you're like short, like would you say like 5'10" and under, Tom?
Or what?
Like to be able to dunk at 5'10" and under, that's like crazy.
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah. No, that's pretty impressive. If you like, it's rare. Under five.
Like so if you're like 5'10" and under and like dunking, like that's like very impressive,
Mhm.
you know? And that's where just like social media will warp that because you'll see all these guys that are like fucking 5'7", scraping windmills and shit. But it's just like it's just how rare that is. It's insane how rare that is.
What that Gideon guy? Do you remember? You know him?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm trying to
So
think
if
of.
you're short, huh?
Oh, I was just trying to think of other short dunkers. But yeah, Gideon.
Yeah. So if you're short and you're trying to dunk and you're like dunking, right? That's like crazy. That's like super crazy. You know? Like
Like,
if you're like 5'7" and dunking, that's crazy.
yeah, well, how many people in the world are 5'7" and can dunk? Like, it'd be such a small percentage of people 5'7" that are actually dunking.
Yeah.
Like, it'd be like less than 0.1% easily. Easily.
Yeah.
Even like under 6'2", maybe. I feel like it's pretty rare. If we're talking
Yeah.
the whole population
Yeah.
at that height, I'm not just talking about basketball players or dunkers. I'm talking about the whole population. So that includes like 60,
Yeah.
50-year-olds, 40-year-olds.
Like I was talking to a 14-year-old yesterday and he was telling me he's like 14, 6'2", getting his hand over the rim. I'm like, bro, that's crazy, you know that? Like
Mm.
not many people are doing that. That's like pretty rare. And
But
he didn't even like, huh?
he probably was just like, oh, this is, this is all right. This is normal. But it's probably because he's on
He
fucking
didn't
TikTok.
even realize that, you know, until I said it. He was like surprised and all that.
Mm.
I'm like, yeah, like there's not many people at 14 doing that. I wasn't 14 and doing that. You weren't 14 fucking doing that.
Bro, I wasn't
You
17.
know? Uh-huh.
I wasn't 17 doing that.
Yeah, if you're like 15 and dunking at like 6'2", like you're like crazy. You know? Oh, that's very good.
Yeah, yeah. Although I will,
99.99999% of 15-year-olds aren't doing that.
yeah, I will say this though. Um, you can get a false perception when you're like 13, 14, 15. If you like hit puberty early or whatever, and you just get like all this athleticism and you're like touching rim, it's very easy for them to come like complacent because they're like, well, I'm just so much ahead of my peers. I don't really need to work for this. And then you see people like T Fly High, who was like 18 or 19, and he said he couldn't even touch the rim. And then like 2 years later was doing like the most fucked dunks you could even think of. So it's like if you have that early advantage, don't take it for granted. Like keep working. Don't be like, oh, I'm ahead. I'm just chill out, wait for everyone to catch up. You should use that advantage that you've been given. Because like that's rare, bro. If you're touching rim at 15 or 14, you don't see that.
Yeah, because that's how you become a freak.
Yeah, like those are the guys who actually have the chance to get like ridiculous.
Yeah. And if you're like 15 and windmilling, you put in the work, I think it's an understatement to say that you can be the best in the world.
Mm. But then you see a lot of the time they'll be in that situation, but 15, 16, 17, 18, they pretty much just they stay the same. They don't really gain much more bounce after that. And it just comes
They
down
don't do anything about it.
because they haven't had to.
Yeah, because they don't do anything about it. Very often, like the best are kind of like they're not the guys with shit genetics and not the guys with really good genetics. They're kind of like in the middle because
Hmm.
they have like sort of average, kind of above average genetics, and then they like work hard because they're not already the best because they're trying to become the best. Very often, those are the guys that become the best.
Hmm.
From what I've just observed, there's obviously no like
100%.
statistical data on that, but just that's just what I've observed. I don't know, just seems to happen. Because
Like,
the freaks, like the guys that are just naturally a freak, the freaks, they're like, oh yeah, I'm just already a freak. Why do I? They just don't have the drive or incentive or motivation
mhm.
to do anything because they don't have any sort of like problem or trouble or
Yeah.
insecurity or anything like that.
Well, you'll see this a lot. Like the guys who are super genetically gifted, like they'll have a real good like early 20s, late teens, but they generally like have a shorter career in whatever they're doing, like athletic wise, just because they never learnt that like discipline or working hard for whatever they're doing. So when actually like I'm not going to say father time comes, but like when the age starts playing a role or, they get an injury or whatever and it's taking them long to recover, they don't know how to get back to where they were because they've never had to. They've always just accepted it for what it is. But like you get people like Jordan Kilgannon, Jay Clark, Isaiah. Who else is on the older side of like really good dunkers? Chris Staples, I guess, as well. These guys know what they're doing and they've actually like worked for their verticals.
Yeah, even just being consistent, jumping.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And putting in the work in terms of that side of things. Yeah. Yeah. No, it's crazy, man. Crazy. Some guys just like don't even realize how much potential they have, you know, like because they're just again comparing themselves to all these freaks and guys that are better than them that are way older, or, you know, like the point zero
Yeah.
zero 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 1%, you know,
You say
they
Dylan.
don't realize they're ahead of 99% of people already.
Hmm. Would you say Dylan is a genetic freak? Dylan Hagen?
No,
I don't think you. I don't think he's a genetic freak. I think he's just like that
I think
obsessed
yeah,
that like he's just made himself a freak, and he's not going to get complacent, even though he is like light years beyond second place for his age, dunking wise. Like, but
I think
he just wants it so much.
like I don't think his genetics are bad. His genetics aren't
No, no,
bad.
no.
Like, I'd say they're probably a little bit above. I would say they're above average, but like it's not even because of that he is where he is. It's because he started dunking at a young age and put in the work in terms of dunking and practice dunking and practice jumping, and that's why he's so good because he put in the work and did that.
Because he's not super quick. If you put Dylan on a 100-meter race, he wouldn't be like super quick, and he's not even super strong. And we're not having a go at you, Dylan, or anything, but like you know, he's just worked so hard that he's at such a high level already, and he's still improving, and he's 16.
Yeah.
Oh, I keep seeing comments on his videos. They're like, "Bro, you've been 5'10" for like 2 years now." I'm like, what does that even mean, bro? Like, what, you're gonna comment on Austin's post? Austin, you've been 6'4" for 6 years now. What are you doing, man? It's like, what? Is Dylan not allowed to stop growing? Like,
Yeah.
what does that even mean?
No, it's just people trying to diminish you to make themselves feel better. It's how it is on social media.
Yeah, it's pretty
You
bad.
know, it's
It gets
like
back into social media, doesn't it?
I'll put something out informative on social media where I know I'm very confident it's good information because that's why I put it out. But then someone will like come and comment and argue and say, "Oh yeah, no, but what about this?" Or like disagree or something, just to
Mhm.
kind of, I guess, make themselves feel validated and important.
Well, that's what that
Right?
Tom Savage said, bro, and I reposted it about like talk is cheap. Like, anyone can give advice. And a lot of the time, people will try and give advice on stuff that they have no place giving advice for. Like, I mean, if you clicked on that guy's profile, is he like a strength coach? Is he, you know, like what is his background? It's probably nothing really.
Yeah.
But
Or just watched a bunch of TikTok.
yeah, bro, he
So
knows more than you, obviously.
yeah. Yeah. But it's kind of funny. Like
But he
I
probably,
like when people like, when I get hate comments or something like that, I like kind of like commenting back and like stirring them up a bit,
mm,
you know? So then it gets them to engage more and comment more and then it boosts the post. So, you know, people will stay longer on the post because they like seeing drama. It's just human nature.
yeah,
Everyone
because they're
likes
like
drama.
scrolling through the comments and shit, liking the comments
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
more, all of that.
And then the watch time is important on social media too. So if someone's spending longer looking at the comments on your post, then it's going to do better.
Yeah, because the video keeps playing even if you're in the comments, right?
I think so. I don't know. At
I think only once you start typing a comment, it pauses.
the end of the day, they're still spending more time on your post. So,
Yeah, it
and
must.
on Instagram. So, yeah.
Cool.
Huh?
No, it's good. That's a
Yeah.
good point.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. So that's where it's kind of good in that way, like getting a bit of drama going.
Mm, yeah,
Yeah.
but you definitely get more hate than I do. If we had to put it into like number by number.
Because I post more
Yeah,
and
yeah,
share more strong opinions.
yeah. Like I read your comments sometimes on TikTok. I'm like, this might be the most brain dead comment section ever.
Yeah, no.
I'm there like defending you and shit, and you're just there like, I don't give a fuck. Bro is actually 6'10". He's lying about his height. That rim is 8'6". It's like
Yeah.
Austin was actually on a 9 foot hoop even. Like, do you know how dumb that would look?
Well, I have a YouTube video where I'm dunking on 9 foot. I'm like barely jumping.
You could double like double elbow, but except put your armpits in. Like that's how easy it would be. Like of the
I want to see you low rim. I want to see a YouTube video from you. Low rim dunk session, 9 foot low rim dunk session.
I actually I'll have a look now. I don't even know if I have a low room session I've ever posted on YouTube.
Not in the past 6 months.
No, I mean ever, bro. Because there was a point I was low rooming like every day. But I just don't think I posted any of it.
You should post one.
Yeah, I always just posted my 10 foot sessions after.
I want to see
Oh.
you hit it under both 360 East Bay.
I am doing low room on Monday soon. So I'll do
So
it then.
you, so you're gonna do it this Monday?
No, I'm doing it 1 week before Melbourne probably. So like I'm doing my whole training cycle and then there's a week break between when I finish my deload in Melbourne and then I'm gonna use that week to jump like more in low room. So I'll be like
Yeah.
very, very primed for dunking.
Yeah, and then you and Hack can verse each other on the low rim, and you can see who's better on the low rim.
Hitting on hack, bro.
Hey,
I will shit on hack on the low room.
I don't know, bro. You can hit a off backboard East Bay on the low
I can do that
rim.
on 10, bro. I don't like nah, he is good on the low room. He'll do some like I don't even know. Connor's also very good. Connor Fart.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just saying this because I know he's listening and he's gonna get like stirred up. So I'm probably gonna get a message in like a week saying, Tom, I'm gonna beat you in low room dunk contest. Fuck you. I'll be at your house right now. I'm driving over. Let's go.
Wait, who's this Hack?
This is hack. I was doing hacks
Yeah.
voice. Yeah.
Yeah. No, but no, it'd be good. It'd be good to see. Um, and it'd be good to see some like practice of some crazier stuff, like, you know,
Yeah. I'll just have to practice everything on my list because I got a pretty fat dunk list. But like top
because
two,
you
huh?
because you know if you're not hitting the dunk on like 9 foot, there's zero chance it's happening on
Hmm.
10.
Hmm.
You
Well, I got
know?
two I want to hit right now is backboard behind the back, which is so technical, and then off dribble under both, which I have like rim grazed twice. One was like okay, and then one was like it could have been a dunk, but it might have not been a dunk, and that was actually one dunk session before I hit it off the lob for the first time. So I think it's definitely possible off dribble under
Oh,
both.
dribble is definitely a weakness for you.
Hmm. But as soon
Yeah.
as I practice it for more than like a week, it gets very good very quickly.
I feel like if you were to like practice like off dribble more, like just like do your windmills off dribble, do your E space off dribble, just like incorporate more of that stuff into your sessions. Like I feel like that would help in terms of like pre-framing. If you're trying to hit an under both, like
Yeah, yeah, I know what you mean. Like warm up with that
yeah,
shit because it's gonna. It's also though I'm jumping very bad right now. So say like I can always jump 70% off dribble compared to my lob. Like that 70% is so much lower now because my actual like just max is down so much.
how close do you feel like you can get your off dribble to off lob though? What's
Just
realistic,
one hander.
just in general?
I reckon like 80% because I'm so like oriented on how much speed I can bring in.
No, but I guess it's just in general for anyone.
Oh, yeah, 70 or 80%. So like if you can East Bay off the lob, you should be able to do tomahawk off the dribble, windmill off the dribble.
Makes me think like I can know. I feel like I should just learn to East Bay off the lob. Fuck.
Yeah, I mean, it's easier for me.
Yeah.
Let's just do both, bro. Fuck it.
Yeah. Hmm. Yeah. All right. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed that podcast. If you guys are looking to sign up for coaching, you can apply it in the link in our Instagram bio. Okay. And we will get in touch with you afterwards. But other than that, we'll catch you guys in the next JumpX podcast.
So.